Emmanuel Macron has been warned to recognise that the UK will become an independent coastal state post-Brexit as trade deal negotiations continue. EU chief negotiator Michel Barnier said on Wednesday he remained determined to reach a deal with Britain when asked whether such an agreement was possible before the end of a status quo transition period. But French President Emmanuel Macron has been issued a stern warning to recognise the UK as independent or risk not getting a deal. Shankar Singham, chief executive officer from Competir, explained Mr. Macron needs a win in the trade negotiations to tell constituents in coastal areas. Speaking at the Future Relationship with the European Union Committee, Mr. Singham said, "I think on fisheries, if I'm a French fisherman I would rather win the actual negotiation which is for access to the UK's exclusive economic zone, EEZ, and nobody has said we're not going to have any access. We need foreign fishermen to fish in our EEZ. We need them to land the fish not only in our ports but also in EU ports for trade purposes and to ensure our product goes to the EU single market. There is definitely a landing zone and if I'm a French fisherman, I would rather do well in that negotiation than cause a breakdown of the ultimate UK-EU negotiation that I have no access because there's no agreement. I think as soon as the EU recognises that the UK is going to be an independent coastal state then we can resolve that issue which you know is resolvable because it's ultimately about a number. The UK will have its number, member states will have their numbers and there will be a resolution. But Macron and the fishing member states that have to be able to tell their domestic constituencies that they've got a win out of this arrangement. Talks on a trade deal and future relationship have made little progress since Britain left the European Union in January, and almost unravelled when London introduced the Internal Market Bill, raising fears of no agreement. Both sides say they need to reach a deal in October. Otherwise Britain will complete its departure from the EU at the start of next year with no agreement to regulate trade or other accords on anything from security to defence. On arrival in London before informal talks with Britain, Barnier told Reuters when asked if he was optimistic about reaching a deal, "I am determined. We remain calm, respectful, realistic and firm," he said. But he declined to comment on the Internal Market Bill. Britain also says it is working hard to reach an agreement, but has stuck to its position that any deal must respect the country's sovereignty, putting it at odds with Brussels on state aid rules and fisheries. The EU says because of Britain's proximity to the bloc, London must agree to a so-called level playing field of fair competition guarantees. The two sides will hold the next round of formal talks next week in Brussels before a summit on the 1st to the 2nd of October to assess progress and decide whether the bloc should step up no-deal preparations.